Hello friends, my name is John Wilson and I'm from Dumfries in Scotland. I was born in 1951, which makes me pretty old now and getting on with it. Having said that, my childhood in Dumfries was reasonably okay, but unfortunately I was born into a family that had criminal connections and my dad was involved with criminal things. Outwardly it looked okay, he had businesses in the town, everything looked fine, but actually at the root of it there was criminal activity, usually fencing, if that's the right word to use. Now, by the time I left school, and I was 15 then, I already had 2 previous convictions. One was for breaking into 13 shops over a period of 9 months and the other was for drinking alcohol underage. At 16, I had a dreadful car crash. When I say a car crash, it was actually a car chase, because I had got into a car that was stolen with an older guy. Next thing, the police were chasing us, and the next thing it was crash bang alakazam, and I was in hospital for over 9 months, being told that I would never walk again due to paralysis in my legs. So when I left the hospital, I was very bitter and full of hatred, etc. A young man, only 16, and very angry that the fact is I couldn't play football anymore, and I started to drink heavily, I started to get into the wrong company, and the main thing is that my life started to spiral out of control. I was in prison when I was only 19. I'd been arrested a few times before that, but my first prison sentence was when I was 19. It was detention centre in a place called Medhamsley and Consett in County Durham. After that, it was just one disaster after another. At the end of the day, I ended up doing 16 prison sentences. 7 of these prison sentences were done in Berlin. The other ones were scattered across Britain. You're talking about Wandsworth, Brixton, Pentonville, Guernsey States Prison in the Channel Islands. You're talking about Parkhurst in the Isle of Wight and Camp Hill in the Isle of Wight as well. That's along with being in mental hospitals for the criminally insane, which was Tootenbeck and others. But my whole life got out of control simply because I became violent. I became dreadfully, dreadfully violent. And the simple reason why I became violent was because I could not run away because of my legs, and I got a reputation, and then there was a gang, and there was trouble after trouble after trouble. There were so many incidents that I couldn't even begin to start to explain them because it would take a long time. But I was arrested for murder, I was arrested for attempted murder, I was arrested for robbery and assault. I was arrested for armed robbery with possession of firearms and ammunition, ending up in the Old Bailey in London. I was on remand so many times, so many court cases, and also my life on the outside was getting bad. I had been shot by this time, and also been stabbed on one occasion 6 times, losing my left kidney. A dreadful situation, the violent life I was living, absolutely terrible. And by this time, of course, drugs had came on the scene, and they also played a big part in my downfall. I was searching for something.